We were the same side of the coin, but we were just different coins. That is Pearl Jam frontman Eddie Vedder reflecting on the somewhat complex relationship between himself and Kurt Cobain. Complex? Why? Well, for a few reasons. For one, the media stuck their nose into everything, made out as if there was some massive grievance between the two bands, two of the biggest rock grunge bands going around at that time. It is true, though, Kurt did make a couple of comments towards Pearl Jam that were not so flattering here and there, mainly on how he thought they were quite a commercial band, stating, "I have strong feelings towards Pearl Jam. They're obviously just corporate puppets that are trying to jump on the alternative bandwagon, and we are being lumped into that category." And back in 2020 on the Howard Stern Show, Vedder actually talked about that conflict that his band and Nirvana had going on at the time.
I think the only thing that bothered me about that was because it was more public and people reacting to it. It wasn't like between us, or that stuff wasn't really going back and forth with us. And I think there was a certain writer who kind of pulled a quote of Jeff Amos out, and then pulled a quote of Kurt's out, and then kind of, that made for interesting
press.
But, really, I always felt like it was kind of us against the world, like our town against the world, not our band against another band. We were.
So as Vedder says there, it wasn't so much a big battle between he and Kurt, it was more what the media were making out of it.
Have you always been friends? What's up with you and Eddie?
We never had a fight, ever. I just have always hated their band.
But it's not like you're friends or anything.
No, well, I mean, I can consider him a person that I really like. I mean, we've had a few conversations on the phone. I really like him. I think he's a really nice person.
And then there was that time where Kurt and Eddie slow danced at the MTV VMAs back in '92. Vedder said this in a 2011 interview. "When people start dying, and it wasn't just Kurt, there was Stephanie from 7 Year Bitch, there was Lane years later, it brings you together. We've always looked out for one another. We want to make each other proud." And talking about himself and Cobain, he said, "We were the same side of the coin, but we were just different coins. One landed like that, and the other like that. It could be that random." So there you go, two frontmen, Cobain and Vedder, fronting two of the biggest bands in the world at that time, and producing some amazing music, releasing some awesome albums, a lot of good music coming out of Seattle at that time. So there it is, guys. Thanks heaps for tuning in as always. We'll catch you on the next one.